face before, hi, my name is Isabel Antonio. If you have, welcome back, sister. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. Well, not really too much different. I just haven't done one of these videos in a really long time. We're going to be doing my updated Apple ecosystem. If you guys may or may not know, I'm an Apple girl down. I love me a good Apple device. I love me a good Apple product. I love the ecosystem. And they tell you once you're in, you can't get out. They're not lying. So I'm just gonna show you guys my updated ecosystem. It has changed, not too much. It changed a lot from the last time I talked about it, because my last Apple ecosystem video was in 2023, and there's been some changes. Like, I got 2 new devices since then. I got rid of 2, so let's get into it. First device is my iPhone. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max in graphite, and it's 128 gigabyte. This is basically just my daily phone, my daily driver, whatever you want. I call, text, FaceTime, the whole 9 on this phone. The one pro I really love about this phone is this is the only device with cinematic mode. Now that I'm going back and editing this, I was very wrong. Cinematic mode is actually available for the 13 and 14 models. So 13, 13 mini, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max. It's only on those 2 models. This is what happens when I be talking out my ass. Loud and wrong on top of that. And when I tell you guys, I just love how it records, and it's like, I know whenever I ever decide to upgrade, I'm not giving the phone back. I'm keeping this phone. I'm just gonna have to give back another iPhone to make up the difference on the new one, on a newer phone, because I know at some point this phone is gonna stop updating. It doesn't mean the camera's gonna stop working. I do have cases on all of my devices, by the way. It's just I took them off so you guys can just see them a little better. But I do everything on here. The next iPhone I would like to get, I would like to up my gigabyte. So this is just the standard, like I said, the standard 128 gigabyte. Not that I run out of storage on this phone. I've been doing amazing compared to like my years being Apple consumer, because I've been an Apple consumer since I was 13 years old with my first iPod. I feel like I've done an amazing job not running up my space. I've been doing like not bi-monthly cleanouts, but every 6 months I will clean out my phone and just make sure I'm not keeping anything I don't want. I just cleaned it out yesterday too. It's that 6 months, so I won't have to clean out my phone until December. But I just feel like I don't use the iCloud thing. There's a lot of stuff I don't use that I know I should, but it's like, it's just too much money, and I just feel like it's a waste. Because one thing about me, as much as I love Apple, I'm not gonna spend on the extras if it doesn't cater to me. That's another thing I'm gonna talk about in my next video, because we're gonna be doing a video on how to like shop for Apple devices. I don't have like the iCloud thing. I'm not paying for storage. Hell no. I'm gonna just delete whatever the hell I don't need. Most of it is screenshots anyway. Screenshots I'm never gonna look back to. So this is just my daily driver. Love her down. She's just so amazing. Next Apple device is my other iPhone. Wait. Before, like, girl, why you got 2 phones? What am I doing right now? Exactly. So this is my iPhone 11 in 128 gigabyte, and it's the yellow because yellow is my favorite color. I originally had an iPhone 11 before I started using the Pro devices. I had a red one. It's still here, but it's in the room. That was my first ever iPhone that I bought with my own money, because prior to that phone, I had an iPhone 6S that my mom bought. I've always came back to this phone as a content phone because 1, it was something I needed quickly right then and there. And 2, price-wise, this cost me about like $200 from Walmart, and I got it shipped. It came to me in 3 days or whatever, and it's amazing. I know it's tricky to buy a refurbished phone hoping there's nothing wrong with it, but this phone was perfectly fine. The only thing is the battery does drain quite quickly on it when you start filming and stuff, which is okay. Remember how I mentioned like I want to get a new phone as a daily driver and keep my 13 Pro Max? This will be the device I'm trading in. I only had this phone for about 3 months. It's June. I got it in March, so I had this phone for about 3 months. Yeah, I do want to upgrade this phone and get a new daily driver, and then keep my 13 Pro Max as a content phone. But the quality on this is amazing. You just have to go in the camera settings, tweak it, and do whatever you want. One downside is most people have most content creators have their content phones connected. I don't. I just go based off Wi-Fi or my hotspot. I mean, I'm paying like almost $200 every month for my phone and my man's phone. I might as well use everything that comes with it, you know? So there's no point of me getting another line. Just connect it to the hotspot, and when I'm home, use the house Wi-Fi. Done. But it does what it needs to do. There's nothing more I could really say about the phone. It just gives me the bare minimum. And when I was when I was choosing between phones, I was gonna get an XR, a yellow XR. And I remember I like to film in 0.5 zoom. When it came to shopping for a new content phone, I was gonna go with a yellow XR because the XRs were running about $100 something. Then I remember you can't film in 0.5 zoom on an XR. I think it's just 1x and then 3x, if I'm not mistaken. It films in 4K 60, 0.5 zoom, literally all I needed. So that's why I went with this one. And also, I've always wanted to have a yellow Apple device. Like my first ever iPhone, I really wanted the iPhone 5C in yellow. Oh my God, I wanted an iPhone 5C so bad. But when it came to me buying an iPhone, they didn't have, obviously the iPhone 5C kind of phased out. I was left with a 6S. I am grateful that my mom got me that phone because back then iPhones weren't expensive. I think that 6S was like $749. Now the phones are like freaking $1,100-$1,200. That's why I never got a new phone. Mind you, I got a 13 Pro Max. I never upgraded because just the prices are just outrageous. And then you get clowned for financing your phone. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But yeah, this is my content phone. My next device is actually a discontinued device, but I'm so glad I bought it when they were still in production. An iPod Touch. This is the iPod Touch 7th generation in product red, and it is the 32GB model. If you guys know, like if you didn't have an iPhone and you had an iPod, you was just that girl. Even better, if you have both an iPhone and an iPod, which I did, which I do technically because I had both, but in school, I was just that girl. Because what you mean you technically got two iPhones? Because the way we used to treat iPods back in the day like they was phones, amazing, love it. And I got it in red. I don't regret getting it in red because I low-key wanted the black. I didn't know how long I was gonna stay with my iPhone 11. Technically, I bought the red so it can match with my iPhone 11. They don't make these anymore. I think you can still buy them online, but for some reason, because they are collector's items technically, they cost way more. iPods used to cost like $199, and then it goes up with each gigabyte. I think the highest this model goes to, I think it's 128. It goes 32, 64, 128. And then the first iPod I had, it was a blue iPod Touch 5th generation, and that mine was a 16 gigabyte. 16 gigabytes went fast, so I never used to download a bunch of stuff on there. This is my girl, I still love her. She's dead right now. I didn't have time to charge her. But what I used this iPod for was when my previous iPhone, before my 13 Pro Max, I had a 12 Pro Max. It got stolen. I didn't buy this because of it, but I always kept an iPod in situations where my phone got stolen. And on the 12 Pro Max, I didn't have insurance on it. So I literally had to use this and my iPad Air for a month until I got a phone. And mind you, the phone wasn't paid off. I got that phone my phone got stolen December 2021. I got that phone August 2021. So I only had like 4 payments made on the phone, and the phone still had like $800 left for me to pay off. So I went a whole month without a phone. And after the first week, I didn't care because my iPad had cellular on it. So I could text anyone anywhere, and that was the one thing I loved about having a cellular iPad. I could use it anywhere, don't need no Wi-Fi, don't need no nothing. So obviously, like I said, it's discontinued, so it's not gonna update anymore. There was a few times a couple months ago where it just had like little updates here and there. And I think the last update was probably like November, December last year, and it hasn't updated since, but it stayed within like the iOS 15. I also listen to music on here every now and again. My AirPods do work on here. I either use my AirPods or my Apple earphones. Next device is my Apple Watch, my tried and true, my Habibi. This is the Apple Watch SE, the very first one that came out. This is the first generation. It is in space gray and is the 42 psych, the 44 millimeter. She doesn't update anymore, so all I really use it for is my steps and my messages and to check the time. I do plan on getting a new Apple Watch. I am saving some money for it because I had traded in my iPad mini from like years ago, and they gave me $120 for it, and I'm gonna trade this one in and make up the difference and pay for it, but we're just saving the difference part right now. I just love how she's on my wrist, but it's like I'm ready. I have chunky wrists, so I like big screens, so it just works with me best. better versus everyone I've seen, they usually prefer a smaller screen. I feel like Apple Watches, if you want more bang for your buck, get a big screen. But that's just me. They don't even make these colors anymore. This is the space gray. The next one I'm getting, hopefully before the new one comes out, is the Series 10, and it's in jet black. Next device is my AirPods. I'm not gonna show you guys because they're dirty and I haven't been cleaning them, but these are the second generation AirPods Pro. These are the ones with the USB-C. Those with a little spot to like hang it if you don't want to put a case on it, and I really like it. The one feature I will always use, tried and true, that noise canceling feature. These are my daily use headphones. I take them with me everywhere. I take them to work, grocery shopping, everything. I will always take these with me. They will always be on me. I do have to get another case because it broke some way. I don't know how it broke, but it broke. There's not really much I can say about these, but I don't think they're water resistant. The one thing I don't like is the little squishy part, because I don't know if my ear sweats very quick, but apparently it does when it's in there too long, and it just makes my ear itchy. Other than that, like if I clean it down with some rubber alcohol and I stick it back, it's fine. It don't itch no more. So this was my 22nd birthday present to me. I got these AirPods in 2023. I had the third generation AirPods prior to this. Still have them. They're in the room. Now for the most controversial Apple device, the AirPods Max. These probably will be my only pair, which is why I don't use it as much. But I love it. I love her. These, I'm gonna tell you guys now, and this is the first, by the way, this is the first generation AirPods Max in space gray. So I say first generation because it's still the Lightning. I have a lot. I literally only have 4 devices with the USB-C. Everything else is the Lightning, because I don't get rid of devices until they absolutely stop working. I'm so serious. Like if they can't update no more, they come slow, the battery drains, which is why my Apple Watch is about to be up out this rotation and I'm gonna get a new one. People still talk bad about them because of the price tag. I'm pretty sure if they were the price of Beats or whatever, these headphones are, after tax, they're roughly $600. The only reason why I was able to get them because when I was at my last job before I moved here, I saved roughly 5 months worth of commission, holiday pay, and tips to get this, because I said I'm not using like my regular bi-weekly paycheck to buy this. Hell no. If it was meant to be, I will use my tips and all that stuff, all the extra money I get from that job, and get them. And that's exactly what I did. And that's the same way I bought this camera. Commission, holiday pay, and tips. That's how I got my vlog camera. One thing I can tell you, it's cute for the aesthetic. I don't take these out unless I'm traveling. They're perfect for traveling too. But the one thing I am gonna tell you is when you wear these for a long period of time, this part hurts your head. And I know it shouldn't matter to me because like obviously like I have coarse hair and it's thick, so I shouldn't feel it. The pressure, you feel it after a while. So I would suggest if you do buy the second generation of these, get a bumper to put on the top and it'll just feel so much better. The mesh part stretches a lot. The only con about these is they're not gym friendly. My boyfriend, when we used to go to the gym, he would wear these because he didn't have headphones and I wore my AirPods Pro. He said they felt a little heavy on his head. So I would not suggest to get these for the gym, but if you're like someone who works at home, if you're cleaning, something at home, these are more of like home and travel headphones. Not really for the gym and everyday use. If you're in college too and you're studying, love it. But I would suggest getting Beats because I also plan on getting some Studio Pro, which is the big ones. I don't like skinny headphones or whatever, or over the ear headphones, because I have a chunky face. It has to frame my face to look good. I feel like these are big and bulky, so they look good on me. So that's why I want to get this Beats Studio Pro. There's a black and gold one. I'm not gonna just get it from Apple, but no, I'm gonna get it from Best Buy because it's on sale. Other than that, I love my AirPods. I use these for editing sometimes, but do not do voiceovers in this because it's garbage. But yeah, other than those things I just listed with the whole gym thing, them being kind of bulky after a while, I really like these headphones. Just the voice, the noise cancellation. I wasn't gonna get these because like I used to be on the bandwagon of like trashing people who spend $600 on headphones to end up buying them a few months after. Love her down, love her, love her, love her. And she's perfect for aesthetic pictures too. So she's kind of like my little model. And I keep her in her case when I'm not using it, so it can just preserve charge. I actually had to charge it before I filmed because I was using it a lot yesterday when I was cleaning. Next device on the docket, which I'm so proud of, is my iPad. So this is the 10th generation iPad in yellow, and it's the 64 gig model. And I also have the first generation Apple Pencil to go with it, but I don't know if it's because this Apple Pencil is so old. Like, I had this Apple Pencil when I had my iPad Mini 5, the one with the home button. That's how long I had this Apple Pencil. I gave it to my sister when she had my nephew. She lost the tip, and I bought another one, like a generic one. It cracked and it didn't stay. So I was like, I'm gonna just put this down, and I bought a generic Apple Pencil from TikTok shop, and it matches nicely. So I love it. I'm like, period. But this is also, because I have to explain this because I make TikToks about it, this is my leisure iPad. So I use this iPad to games, to color, draw, stream. I do everything on here but content work. Like, it just gives leisure. It gives, oh my god, I'm on vacation, I'm about to. That's what it is. That's why I love my iPad. I got the yellow to differentiate the colors. I feel like yellow gives leisure, playtime, and then space gray gives professional work, locked in, trying to get your life together. That's why I have like different colors of different devices. I love my iPad, and I got the yellow because everybody named Mama won. Yellow is my favorite color. If you guys can't tell, it is literally my favorite color. I may not be wearing any yellow right now, but yellow is absolutely my favorite color. 2, everybody named Mama have the pink and the blue. A little bit of people have silver, but I don't see a lot of people with the yellow. And there's a lot of hate towards this color too. There's like, oh, it's too yellow, it's too golden, it hurts my eyes. I do not, 100% do not regret getting this color. Love it down, and I just can't help but look at it like, oh my god, I really got my hands on a yellow Apple device. Because I was just telling you guys, I can never get a yellow Apple device for some freaking reason. Like, I can't. They always be like, oh, it's sold out or you have to special order. I'm not special ordering nothing. That's my iPad. Next device is probably my most favorite device and most used, my other iPad. Yes, I have 2 iPads. This is the M2 iPad Pro 12.9 in 128 gigabyte, and it's the space gray color. I got a generic Magic Keyboard case for it. Also have the 2nd gen Apple Pencil to go with it, because I'm not gonna use no generic pencil on this specific iPad. The other one, yeah, because it's a play iPad. This is a work iPad, period. This is actually my 3rd Apple device with Face ID. As you guys may know, only the Pro models have Face ID. Airs, Minis, the regular iPads, those all have Touch ID at the top. And I think Apple still carries the 9th generation iPad. That's also the Touch ID home button. So it's pretty cool to have such a large and powerful device. And this one also has 0.5 zoom because it has 2 cameras, if you guys may or may not know. Now for my next Apple device, this is the M1 MacBook Air in space gray. It is 8 gigabytes of unified memory and 256 gigabyte of SSD storage. It has a little dent. I know y'all can see the dent because my dad sat on it when I was living at home and he didn't see it. I use this to edit all my YouTube videos. I use it to also plan and do everything. I used to play Sims on here, but my boyfriend and I went half on a PC. I play Sims on the PC now, so this is completely empty. I also used to play Minecraft on here, got rid of it. I literally have no games on here. This is only strictly for like editing, regular searching. I usually go on Pinterest on here too. I do have my work email, my business email logged in on here, so I do glance at it every now and again. If I'm being so super honest, I reach for my iPad more than this. I only whip this out when I have to edit a video. The only downside I could say about this is if you want to get into playing Sims, I do not recommend this, only because it gets super freaking hot and the Airs have no fans. That's why they're so thin. The Pros have the fans, and the Pros can work better with Sims. So that's my only downside. But if you're just doing basic schoolwork, just having this for leisure as well, get an Air. Heavy content work, any professional work that you're doing that requires an Apple ecosystem, get a Pro. I actually want a Pro, but I keep thinking about the price tag because a base model Pro goes for about, at least the one I want a 14-inch MacBook Pro in space black, I think. And they're like I think they're like $1,600, maybe more. I could be wrong. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just get a 15-inch Air. Now for all like my entertainment devices, we're gonna start with my Apple TV. This is the Apple TV HD in 32 gigabyte. This is the TV, the Apple TV that goes into my room. It comes with this 2nd generation Siri remote, and you could trigger Siri with this button. It just has the Apple logo on the back, and it's just, I love it. And you could charge it too. It was so funny because I was watching TV and and it's so dirty because it sits in a case. It's so funny because I was actually watching TV like a couple days ago and it said it was on 20%. I got this, I want to say I think it was 2022, because I got this around the same time I got my Nintendo Switch, so 2022. This remote has never died. So that means this is the first time in 3 years that it died or it was about to die. And this is just the box. It's a really simple setup. If you're using just basic cords, you just need 2. It does not come with an HDMI cord. I'm telling you now, if you're gonna go and buy one, because I think they only have that Apple TV 4K, you need to buy an HDMI cord. But luckily my boyfriend is a streamer, so he has HDMI cords everywhere, so that's one less thing we have to worry about. But you only need to use these 2 ports. Now if you want to do all this extra stuff and use all of them, by all means do that. But I am gonna let you know again, they do not come with HDMI cords. I was so pissed when I opened the box, I couldn't even use it for like 2 weeks because I had to wait till I get paid by HDMI cord. And you be like, girl, didn't you watch the videos? None of the videos told me that you needed one. That was what was bugging me, because everyone just had one. I'm like, okay, maybe it come with one. No, it don't. Now for my next entertainment device, I have the HomePod Mini in black. I feel like these are very, very, very slept on. And one hack that people don't know you can use this for is use as an intercom. But you need obviously more than one to use the intercom thing. So I want to get the big subwoofer to put in the kitchen, because I've been needing a kitchen speaker. I have a bathroom speaker, I have a speaker in our bedroom, I have a speaker for the living room, and I just want one for the kitchen. I have a Divoom speaker, but it's just like, it just doesn't give the same thing. But when you pair more than one HomePod together, you can literally use the intercom feature on, I think on the Home app. You can just send it like an announcement throughout your house if you live in a big house. I don't think you need something like that for an apartment, but I'm extra, so I want it. You can control the volume on the interface. It's a touch interface. It detects temperature. Use it for phone calls too. I did not know that until when I was living at home with my family. When my sister used to like try to put her phone on speaker, she would send it to my HomePod by accident, and I would hear the phone calls come from here, and I'm like, your phone's connected to my HomePod. She's like, oh, my bad. And it just comes with this cord, this long cord. It doesn't detach, so it just comes with it. I think this is the only Apple product besides the MacBook and the iPads that come with a block. They do come with a block, so they still love us. It's the USB-C. If you need a little quick speaker, I only bought this because I had a Capello alarm clock speaker. I had that since probably 8th grade. Yeah, it was the 8th grade, because I told my mom I wanted an iHome, because iHome still used to be a thing, and I wanted an iHome so bad. And apparently when my mom went to Target, she couldn't find the iHome, so she got me the Capello alarm clock. And that little alarm clock was my everything. Like, I used to look at it simply for the temperature. I was tempted to get the yellow one. Then I had to be so for real about getting a yellow one. Maybe when I get like my little desk setup and I get my iMac, I will be getting HomePod Minis, and they will be yellow. But these come in black, yellow, salmon, white, and blue. And then the big ones, they're like $250, and they just come in black and white. These are $100, maybe less, but I know I paid $100 and some change for this. Like, it's $100, $103, I think, after tax. But yeah, these are probably this is Apple's technically cheapest product, because Apple Pencils still run in that same bracket. Technically, Apple's cheapest device is the USB-C Apple Pencil, because it's $80. For a device, $100, this is mighty powerful. I'm gonna go complain. And I forgot another product. This is more for security, the AirTag. I have 4 of these. This one goes on the back of my Apple TV remote, and I found out that the Apple TV remote comes with Find My, but it won't tell me exactly where it is, so that's why I kind of have an AirTag on the back of it, so I can kind of like track exactly where it is. And it doesn't make noise when you ping it. This does. So I have this for my remote, I have one for my luggage, I have one for my car keys, and I have one for my car. I just slipped it in the lining of my car. Obviously, I have to take it out if I get a new car, because I don't want to track nobody. And if you have an iPhone, it tells you if there's an AirTag around you. So I do, especially when you travel, recommend getting these. A pack of 4 can run you like, I think they're $100. I might be so wrong. I'm probably gonna put the correct price, but for one of these, it's $30. For a pack of 4, I think it's 100, maybe less. I could be wrong. Once again, I'll put the actual price on the screen for the pack of 4. Please, please, please invest in the AirTag. And here are some of like my other like accessories I feel like I should be talking about. I was saying, when you get an iPad, cool, you have AirPods, fine, but if they're dead, I suggest you invest in some earphones. I have the lightning for the phones. I have the jack for like if I use on my MacBook. If you're probably someone that's high income or have a USB-C port, you can buy the adapters. I have one lightning adapter and then one USB-C adapter. You could just plug it in and then you have it and stick it in your iPad or your phone or whatever. You can just buy the earphones with the USB-C connector because they did make one. They have all 3. They have 3.5 audio jack, the lightning, and then the USB-C. This is also something that you need if you decide to go with the first generation Apple Pencil, the connector. Because how you put it in is put the pencil here like that, and then you put your iPad charger in here, and then you put the other end into the iPad to connect it. This is one of the reasons why I just 86 the Apple Pencil, and I'm not buying another one. I'm just not. This little $10 stylus does what I needed to do. That's kind of why I completely omit this whole thing, but I did keep it as like, you know, a demo, like showing people on my YouTube channel how to like connect the Apple Pencil and everything. But I love my pencils. I love them. And this is not an Apple device, but I thought it was so cute to not share. Come on, little MacBook mirror. Look at that. It's literally a little MacBook Air. Oh my god. It is so cute. Julia K. Chris has one. They were like $7 on Amazon. I use this to do my makeup a lot, and it's so cute. It's literally a MacBook Air because it's slanted, but I think it's the Intel version of all these little ports, because M1 doesn't have all these ports. It literally just has the audio jack and then the 2 USB-C ports. This one has ports on both sides, and I think the Intel version had ports on both sides. I just had to share it because look at it. Like, tell me that's not like a cute little knickknack that everyone should have if they're obsessed with Apple devices. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit not out of the blue, but like something different than what I've been recording. But it's like, this month is WWDC, and I'm trying to push all my Apple content, and I'm just trying to get everything Apple related out this month because WWDC is actually next Monday, and I'm trying to get all of my Apple content out this month to just gain some traction. And also because congratulations 2025. I know you guys are going off to college, and I kind of want to be that big sister that helps you figure out what Apple devices you had, because I don't have all the brand new devices clearly. I feel like I'll be more relatable because I'm still using older devices. It's kind of why I'm trying to push all my Apple content this month. I also heard that the next iOS is not gonna be iOS 19, it's gonna be 26. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what Apple devices or device that you have so I can know, because I'm nosy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.